Hey guys, Sustenance1 here, soon to be known as Akumajo. Um, Today we're just gonna be looking at my replays for the pools in World Cup of 1v1. Um, we'll be looking at my games against lmni, solarflarero, and felucia respectively. Um, they all went down to game 5, which is interesting, and they're all really close as because they all go down to game 5, we're gonna ignore these extra replays. I'm pretty sure I won in all of them, but it doesn't matter. um, anyways, some other things. I think I'll be officially known as Akumajo. Like, I'm gonna be moving on from the name Sustenance1. People can still call me Sust or Sustenance however they want, but yeah, my name on Smogon is gonna be Akumajo, and by extension, I'm just gonna be calling myself Akumajo just to solidify it. I like this name a lot. It has a nice color, and it actually has meaning behind it. It's, instead of just a random word and a number, because that was kind of my thinking process when choosing a username for a while. This one kind of stuck just because of the color, but Akumajo is just a lot better because it actually has meaning. But enough of that. Today we're going to be looking at my replays against lmni first. And this team is by Ayedan. It's an Altaria Heatran team, which is a very nice core with Hoopa as the glue. And lmni has brought a Mew team with Nihilego and Blaziken. That's yeah. And this game was kind of straightforward for me. Blaziken was a little scary because it could beat my Heatran, which could possibly beat the Mew and the Nihilego if it doesn't have like Earth Power or something. I'm not sure if Nihilego actually learns Earth Power. Learn Nihilego Earth Power. Can I put Gen 7? Okay, well, I'm assuming it doesn't learn Earth Power. Here, let me quickly see actually. I can just click on a game because it says Gen 8. Okay, yeah, so it doesn't. And so yeah. So only Blaziken could really beat it. And it would probably be able to beat Hoop Unbound. I'm not sure if that other psychic type move could bypass protect, but Hoop Unbound, this isn't the one with the psychic type move, like that's a signature. I think it's like hyperspace hole or something. And then Altaria is just a solid pick against Blaziken. Nihilego kind of really beats it. And Mew is kind of a weird matchup, but if it's offensive, it definitely beats it because it's not carrying Confide. And I thought that Mew was like very annoying. I don't like Mew. I want to like nuke it with a dark type move. And Nihilego is kind of a like obvious pick into Altaria because Blaziken kind of threatens two of my mons. So that's exactly what I went. I just went Hoop Unbound in hopes that he would go either like Nihilego or Mew. And just as easy as that, yeah, he goes Nihilego. I'm sorry, she goes Nihilego. Tries to hit the Dazzling Gleam, but it doesn't quite kill. And Zen Headbutt would definitely kill. So yeah, game 1 goes to me. Moving on to game 2. This is a PQS team with Z conversion, standard, and Z move and Psychicium Clefable. Now here, I was kind of scared of Suicune because it could easily pressure stall a lot of things. Pretty sure it has like an unsecure matchup against all of these mons though. So I'm gonna be focusing more on these two, Zero Aura and Mawile, because Mawile could be Porygon Z, I believe, easily beat Clefable, and I have the upper hand against Mawile as Aegislash, and Zero Aura could be Clefable. I'm not sure if it has like taunt or anything like that, but it's kind of an unsecure matchup. Porygon Z, it loses. I mean, no, it wins. It beats Porygon Z if it isn't Scarf. And it's sort of a 50-50 in Aegislash's favor. So, personally, because I focused on these mons, I just went Aegislash. And yeah, she went Zero Aura. Let me just switch sides here. And so the play here is to either Metal Sound into Z move if it charges into charges, or Metal Sound into Metal Sound. No, Metal Sound into King Shield if it does charge into Z move. So it's kind of a 50-50. Still in my favor though. So turn 1 obviously charges. I Metal Sound, and here I thought, like, it's so obvious I would Z move here. Even if she charges again, I could still kill with Shadow Sneak. So obviously she would Z move in order to be my Aegislash at +2. So I shielded. But she properly called me on that and charged again. And I couldn't really do anything about that. So yeah, I had to take the Z move at +2 and I will lose. So game 2 goes to lmni. It's 1-1. And now game 3. This is a somewhat of a tough, not really tough. It was in my favor. Superior 2-0s. Mawile actually, I'll talk about this after. Crustle only beats Naganadel. And so Crustle, I'd say Crustle is somewhat of like a hard pick. Like, people could think, oh, he would never go Crustle here just because of these two mons. I thought this was just standard Mawile, which would like lose to Naganadel, lose to Feeny, and have somewhat of a poor matchup against Golem. But looking at my teams, it was max special defense, Metal Burst, Sucker Punch, and all that. And lmni admitted that she was using Rockium Golem. So essentially, Mawile actually 3-0'd, and it was my fault for not acknowledging that. I just looked over sets and I didn't even see EVs. I didn't see anything. So I just wanted to go superior because I thought she thought that I was gonna go Crustle, and these two mons can easily handle Crustle. But instead, she goes Naganadel. And I will lose because it just outspeeds me and kills me with Sludge Wave. So yeah. Game 3 goes to lmni, so I'm at a disadvantage here. 2-1. She's 1 win away. But moving on. This was a really, really fun game. Not fun game. It was a very interesting game. She brought Salazzle, Blastoise, and Tapu Bulu, a very interesting team. So credits to her for bringing it. I brought. Let's see. That team was by PQS, and I'm not too sure who made this team. I'm fairly certain it's Ayedan. But it might be PQS. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not one to remember these things. So here's my train of thought. Venusaur was an extremely easy click. Because it beats Blastoise, it beats Tapu Bulu, but it has a very unsure matchup against Salazzle. That's the thing. I could Leech Seed, I could do all that, but it could easily like taunt or something. And I don't know what Salazzle does. It either does Fake Out into whatever, or Protect into Disable into Encore. Into Toxic, which would be able to Toxic me because of Corrosion. But on my part, it seemed to be a very easy click into Venusaur. So I feel like lmni was like really pressured to go Salazzle. I, on the other hand, knew my Venusaur wouldn't beat Salazzle actually, and I kind of wanted to go Suicune to beat that Salazzle, but I feel like lmni could easily see that. Could easily see that I'm afraid of this unsure matchup to go the safer pick for Salazzle into Suicune and she'll click Bulu, but I feel like that was a really far stretch, especially since I just appeared to 3-0 and she still had no choice but to go Salazzle. So I went Suicune, and yeah, she went Salazzle just like that. And this is an offensive, so I'm fairly certain. Oh, this is actually like lucky for me. I'm really lucky this is offensive. Because I'm actually Scarf. This is Scarf Suicune, so I'm able to outspeed and kill, even if it had like disable shenanigans. That's why it's a secure matchup. But as you can tell, I miss, and in this situation, I don't think it actually matters. Never mind, because if it was that protect set. Yeah, no, I mean, like, it also, like, flinch, but it's in this scenario, if it was protect, it would protect and still avoid it, and then, it would disable. I don't know how it works, but, it would, like, protect turn 1, and then I'd, like, miss, and disable, but luckily it was just offensive. It didn't even 2-hit KO, which is great, but I still hit. And there we go. Game 4 goes to me. So now it's all tied up. Finally, game 5. I had another team in the back, but it was redacted and saved for Solar. Still a very nice team. Fire Victini with Gyarados and Gardevoir. But I have to go to my Bandini team just because I felt like it. I like Bandini team. And she brought all mons I was actually like weak to. Luckily, Garchomp no longer 3-0s. Because I'm EV to survive out of it. Excuse me. But this is a very, very scary situation for me because sub Metagross with T-Punch and Ice Punch could easily beat these three. Swords Dance, Groundium used to be able to beat all these three, and Superior would easily like nuke this, install these two. But TDA fixed it. He dropped my attack a bit. I'll note on that in a sec. I'm not like blaming him for it because it's good to calc. And he saved me. He actually like saved me. I was like, all right, I'm gonna bring this. And he's like, all right, use these EVs, calc to survive, Garchomp, calc to survive, and again Adele. So, and he slightly lowered my attack for that. And in this matchup, Superior. Let's quickly grab this. Alright. Actually, whoops. Should probably... Alright. Optim band. Oh, so I already have it. Whoops. Wait. No, that's not Optim band. Oh my gosh. Custom set. Oh, never mind. It is the right set. Whoops. So, yeah, Dragonite. And then Superior. Subseed Breaker. And Outrage has it. Actually, it still has a good roll, but now it's like more in Superior's favor. Like I used to run 252 Adamant, and that has slightly higher chances. Chances I would definitely take. But so yeah, in this situation, Superior would have actually 3-0'd. But she actually doesn't. She doesn't know I'm banned Dragonite. And she thought I was Finium. So she clicked. Here, let's. Okay, I'll quickly say it, but Metagross, if it was sub, it would easily be these two. But this isn't her team. She didn't show it to me, so I don't know what kind of set it is. So she clicked Metagross actually into my Dragonite, which would be non-banned. And I clicked Dragonite because I thought she was actually gonna go Garchomp. And I'm like, uh-oh, this is not good. She's gonna Ice Punch and kill me. But if she Meteor Mashes, does 31%. I do 63% successfully 2-hit KO and survive Meteor Mash. So, thankfully, lmni was not actually Ice Punch, and I was able to take it over her. So there we go. Yep. First match, or whatever. Yeah, match goes to me. Moving on now. Solarflarero. This is my toughest opponent. He was my former builder. He was the reason I was on the Mega Race to have my flawless run in Sun and Moon. And he was like one of my main builders. And he just passed me a lot of teams. And now I have to face him, which is very scary. But luckily we prepared for him. And yeah, this team was a somewhat of a Greninja bait team, but although the bait was actually kind of obvious because Scarf was a kind of standard set, like just a regular set for Landorus, so he probably assumed that and goes Altaria for it. And my answer to Altaria is Metagross, but this is a kind of a hard pick because he could easily just go Metagross, which is most likely Ice Punch to beat my. So this was hard for me because it was either Metagross or Charizard, and I lose to either one. But yeah, I still go Metagross because I want a more solid matchup to Altaria because I have Ice Punch and Meteor Mash. So yeah, he does go Altaria. Oh, and he spammed click. Thanks. And I actually opted Meteor Mash here because I just want that sheer damage output when he megas. And he probably betted on me not being Ice Punch. And he Cotton Guarded. And he Megas. And I Meteor Mash again, actually. Predicting the Mega, but to no avail. And I miss. And then I hit. And then I miss again. It's about 1% now. Happening, missing twice. And then he's applying the pressure with Fire Blast. He could have killed me with Fire Blast if... But he instead roosts because it's safer, and he could easily miss, and I could do a KO. But luckily, I crit and take game 1. Sorry for the background noises. I'm sorry. Yeah. Kind of a busy house today. But yeah, game 1 goes to me with a ton of hacks on both sides. Moving on now. Game 2. Solar Flare brings the same team as before. Whoops. And I bring an ayedan team. In this matchup, I actually relied solely on previous experience because he saw me use this team and he saw me pull the Mawile against the Altaria. So I assumed that he would think I would go Mawile again and actually go Metagross. No, not Metagross. I thought he thought that. It's hard to explain my train of thought here. But basically, I thought he knew that I knew that I might have clicked Mawile. So he beat something that would have beat Mawile, say Greninja. So I would go Lopunny. So he can go like Metagross, which has a much more safe matchup. So I actually thought to go Mawile because it's kind of a 3-0 here. I can play well, I can Metal Burst, and then I can predict with Sucker Punch. So yeah, he goes Metagross, and I go Mawile. Intimidate, yep. Both Mega. And he substitutes. And I opted for Metal Burst because I thought he was going to be like Earthquake. But yeah, that substitute is actually a win con. Because even if he subs, I can't even call it out. My play rough doesn't quite kill. I'm not gonna quite beat the sub. So yeah, he definitely just wins, no matter how I play. He Iron Heads here. I play rough because I thought he was gonna sub. It clearly doesn't do enough, so he obviously subs. I Sucker Punch because he's obviously gonna attack, but it doesn't matter. He uses Iron Head and wins. So yeah, game 2, 1-1. So yeah, moving on to game 3. He brings this team. I feel disrespected. I mean, okay, Archeops is good, Charizard is good, but he brings the Obama Snow. And I'm like, alright, Greninja beats both Arche... Oh, wait. 350. But yeah, so he beats both Archeops and Charizard, I believe. It's... That's a weird matchup against Charizard, but it's still in my favor. I'm sub Torrent. And I feel like Obama Snow is probably calc to beat Greninja. So I was like, alright, so I go Victini, right? So yeah, that's exactly just what I do. I go Victini into his Charizard. Actually, he brings his Charizard. And I Z Celebrate, and then he just outrages. Doesn't even 2-hit KO, and I store power and 2-hit KO him. There we go. Game 3 goes to me. It's 2-1. Alright. So game 4. This is my train of thought. Stall Deoxys 3-0s me. Quite literally. So I was literally just banking on it being offensive, Deoxys, so I can go Heatran, for example, because I'm actually not sure what had a safe matchup against offensive. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure Lele did, but I was hoping that he'd go Heatran into my Tapu Lele, so I would go Sock. But Lele was also an obvious pick because it would be his Gyarados, which had like a somewhat of a safe matchup against the other two. But I feel like he would just really go to Heatran and hope it's also like non-air balloon so he can just Earth Power and kill me. And so I go click Sock, and he actually clicks Gyarados. I'm like, alright, he's not gonna Mega, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't do enough, and he can just DD and kill me. So yeah, Game 4 goes to Solar, and finally Game 5. Slowbro was awfully safe here. I thought this Clefable was like made to beat Slowbro. It was like some sort of like encore set or taunt, not even taunt, something like that. Just like some weird shenanigans that Clefable can pull to beat Slowbro. So Heatran is actually Fire Yum. And it was very unsafe because both of these mons could run Earthquake and kill it. So I thought he was just too afraid to go Clefable just because of Heatran and Zeraora. So yeah, I clicked Slowbro to be either of these two boys. And he does indeed go Metagross. And I just stall him out from here. He subs, it doesn't really matter. I Iron Defense up, it's not T-Punch. And I just called for the win. And then that'd be good games. I took it against Solar, which felt wonderful. It was my toughest pool, definitely. In this opponent, I mean, in this pool. And yeah, I was really happy, and I won. And Solar was like being a bitch the whole time, but who cares? So finally, moving on to Felucia. Very, very notable player. And I brought my girlfriend's team. Which baits out Tapu Fini, actually. Non-Scarf Tapu Fini. Because this is Poisonium Minchow. So that's literally it. Like, it baits out Tapu Fini. I know she's gonna go Fini. And I'm gonna go Minchow. And turns out it was Scarf Tapu Fini. So I will fake out. And it will outspeed me and definitely 2K with me. And I was very thrown off guard. Acid Downpour does not quite kill. And that'll take it. I was very sad. I was like, dang, she really brought the Scarfini on me. I'm like, alright, whatever. Moving on, game 2. Brought another one of my girlfriend's teams. Or somewhat. It's her set. It's her Landorus T. Assault Vest. It pulls its weight. Before this game, I thought critical hits was 1.7 times multiplier. Literally, it turns out to be 1.5. So I just wanted to mention that. And yeah, we edited the team a bit. And then found out that yeah, we lose to Swampert. So yeah, I go Landorus in the hopes that I could possibly beat it. I Earthquake, she ice beams and it crits and freezes me. It does 77%, and that's divided by 1.5 is more than 50%. I even thought, but it doesn't matter, and I lost. But it's alright. It's alright. So game 2 goes to Felucia. I'm at a deficit now, 0-2, 1 win away, and Felucia finally takes it over my flawless team tour, Sun and Moon run. But I didn't want to let my team down, and she even mentioned. Oh wait, no. Moving on to game 3 now. And she brought this Garchomp, Nihilego, Zero Aura team. This is where I got thinking. All right. I honestly thought Garchomp was a very easy click here. It could nuke up Gardevoir somewhat. I don't know. That was a kind of weird matchup. I'm pretty sure Gardevoir could easily tank it though and beat it. I didn't know though. Beat Nihilego and Scarf wouldn't kill Greninja. I'm fairly sure. Zero Aura just beats Greninja. I cannot Mega with Gardevoir. And it's in Victini's favor somewhat because it's Celebrate. And then Nihilego reliably beat Gardevoir, I believe. It lost to Victini and lost to Greninja. I thought Gardevoir was kind of a safe pick here because okay, wait. Would have been a safe pick here because of Garchomp and Zero Aura. So Nihilego would have been the click against Gardevoir. Because I could easily have a psychic move and possibly 3-0. But I instead went Greninja to beat, well, Nihilego. And that's exactly what I did. She goes Nihilego and I go Greninja. And I know it's especially fat, so I sub here because, yeah, that's really it. Like, I wasn't really afraid of any scarves. And I get it, Pitaya Berry. And I win. I luckily don't miss that Hydro Cannon. Yep, so game 3 goes to me. 1-2. And then Felucia brings the same team. This is when she mentioned that these 3 teams were the only teams she built. And I'm like, and somebody in my team Discord mentioned that this team gets 3-0'd by Diggersby. And I'm like, I want to go Diggersby, like a I can't speak Diggersby team, but I don't think she'll go like the same team 2 times in a row. I think she'll use one of these teams. I didn't really look at them that much, but I went a team that could reliably be Swampert and what is it? And just these other ones. So surprisingly enough, in this series, she didn't bring one Durant. And so I brought this nice team with Dragonite and Genesect. And Dragonite actually seemed to be a very easy click here. Except for against Zero Aura, of course, but this Genesect could be Zero Aura. I don't know what she was thinking clicking into Garchomp, to be frank. So I just go Dragonite in order to beat Nihilego and Garchomp. And she goes Garchomp. And I thought she would like attack here. That was like banned or something. And I would just Z Devastating Drake and kill. I'm like, uh-oh. Might as well Dragon Dance here. Just in case she subs up again. So I can just Earthquake into like attack or whatever. So yeah, that's what I do. and she actually outrages, so I can easily just click earthquake and win. And now it's 2-2. And I could actually make the comeback if I take the next game. I have the momentum. So, game 3, she goes her pincer team with Scrafty. This is kind of a tough pick for me. I could easily beat Gracium to beat Tapu Fini. I kind of lose Tapu Fini, and then I reliably beat Tapu Fini with Gardevoir. I was awfully afraid of Pinsir because I had like an unsafe matchup against these two. Wait, I mean, yeah, it kind of beat these two because of like Earthquake and stuff and close combat. This is Firium, by the way, so it could easily Earthquake. So my best bet was to go Donphan against this. So I thought she would go Tapu Fini to beat my Donphan, so I just go Gardevoir. And she actually goes Scrafty, which actually makes the matchup a lot safer for me. Because I can just Hyper Voice. Okay, she can Fake Out. And then I Hyper Voice for the win. And I actually got the reverse sweep on her. And that closes my pool run for World Cup. And I am still undefeated. So that was amazing. Good games to my opponents. And I'm just awfully proud of myself. I'm so happy I can be performing at my best for World Cup, since I want to follow up from my Premier League run, and that's exactly what I did. So yeah, that'll do it. Thank you so much for watching, sticking with me, and I hope you all have a very nice day or evening or night. Peace.